It's your boy in the 10-man KFD back again with another one, another YouTube video for you. In this video, we're going to discuss how the awards process works for the Game Awards. That's airing December 11th, 2025, this Thursday. So, yeah, I said that if you guys missed it in my rant video that I have on YouTube that you could probably see somewhere up here in this video that you could click, either you could watch it before you watch this or watch it after you watch this. It's up to you. I discussed that I should make a video discussing this because I feel a lot of content creators don't understand how the award show works. So I said, let me present that information to you. And my source is the website itself. So let's get to it. But before we get into that, let me just say, please subscribe, like, comment. I always like to hear your feedback. It's greatly appreciated. So let's begin, shall we? So let's first up, how are nominees selected? So as the website says, nominees for most categories of the Game Awards are chosen by an international jury of 100 global media and influencer outlets, selected for their history of critical video game evaluation. Yeah, so it's 100 jurors, from everywhere, from North America, US, so that's US, Canada, Mexico, Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, China, Japan, everywhere, man. It truly is a global show. Okay. Truly is. So that's one thing you got to be clear. So some of the nominees might be influenced by the Southeast Asia market, which have specific, games that their critics like, right? So that's what we're seeing a lot. Sometimes there's always seems to be like that one Japanese game that makes it into the Game of the Year nominee. If you want to know why, that's the reason why. All right. So continuing, specialized juries also convene for other categories, including esports, accessibility, and best adaptation. So yeah, there's other jurors for these specific categories. They make up those nominees, right? So each voting outlet completes a confidential, unranked ballot based on the collective and diverse opinion of its entire editorial staff, listing out its top 5 choices in each category. Ballots are tabulated, and the 5 games that appear on the most ballots are put forth as nominees. In the event of a tie, 6 or more nominees will be announced in a category. Okay, so if there's one nominee that I guess a lot of critics are splitting up on, they will add both of those games there to make 6. So that's why some category have 5 games and some category has 6. In my opinion, probably should increase it to 7. Have 6, and the whole tie situation, make it 7 nominees. But anyway, I digress. So the next paragraph says, Game Awards producer Jeff Keighley is not a member of the jury and does not vote on the nominees or winners. Similarly, the Game Awards Advisory Board has no involvement in the awards process and learns of the result at the same time as the general public. I have no reason not to believe that, because I feel that in other award shows, for example, like DICE, you see similar outcomes of nonsense in the winners that are selected. So I really have no reason to believe that Jeff Keighley is not a juror. For those who don't know who the advisory board is, that's basically the dudes who are organizing and financing the show. So that's Activision, AMD, EA, Epic Games, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Rockstar, Tencent, just to name a few. All that you can see on the website as well, or the advisory board. And yeah, so the next part that I want to discuss on this website is how are winners selected. All right, so winners are determined by a blended vote between the voting jury, which they get 90% of the vote, and public fan voting, which is 10%. Fans can vote for their favorite games on the GameAwards.com. And China fans, so those people who live in China, they could vote on, I think it's pronounced Bibili or Bibili, something. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, that is whatever that is. Okay, whatever that social media platform is, they could vote on that. So yeah, even China got to say it. So voting ends Wednesday, December 10th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, which I believe is 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you have a day before the show airs, December 11th. On December 10th, you have until to vote. And now let me make a comment. I know people are going to say you're watching this, 10%, just 10%. Look, you know why they put the 10% in there? Is to break the tie. If two critics or the critics have two games that they're voting for and it's basically split, your vote will break the tie. So that's the reason for there. And I'm not against having a jury board that select these winners, because I find if you had a 100% fan vote, fans can be overzealous at times and don't make the best objective decisions. So I think you need something kind of like structured kind of like an Oscar or the Golden Globe or the Emmy, the Grammy, something structured like that. I think the video game industry needs something would benefit from something like that. My only criticism with this award show, are they the ones doing it to the 100th power, to the best ability, and that's something well, if you watch my rant, you kind of know my thoughts on that, so I'll leave it there. So yeah, I'll leave most of this stuff in the video description so you can see. So you could go down and see and read all the other sections and stuff like that if you're curious to know how the award process works. So yeah, that's the video. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. I always like to hear your feedback. Also, you can follow me on Twitch for streams. I'll always be streaming. I'm currently streaming a Metro Prime 4 Beyond there. So you go check my schedule and whatnot to see when I'm streaming, or check my social media to have an accurate to know when I'm streaming. All the links to that are in the video description. Thank you and have a good one. Peace.